Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome to our live stream. And we have been trying to do this for continuously now. So today we are going to have a different kind of a live stream than what we usually used to have. Today, me and Shankar decided that it is time to thank all our subscribers who have been with our journey for all these years. Recently, our channel reached 50,000 subscribers, and a big thank you to all of the people, and most importantly, the people who have been through this journey in comments, encouraging us and giving us suggestions and welcoming new inputs and coming along with this journey, whatever we are trying. So I'm wholeheartedly thanking all of those people who are there. Shankar, do you want to add something to that?
Yep. Thank you so much for your support, especially because we have been doing our work quietly without looking for anything. But you are making us to reach to the next level where we can able to share our knowledge with the more people and being engaged with you guys from a long time. Yep.
Okay, thanks for that. I see that there are hardly 4 or 5 people who have joined. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wait for a few minutes so that some more people can join. And as I mentioned, there were some operational confusions on what platform to use and what streaming we should be using, because we were trying a particular software, OBS, and then it was too heavy. And then we tried to decide to go on to a new platform today. So I see some 15 people on the stream. I'm just going to give it a minute. And then we can go ahead and get started after that.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. That is good idea.
So while you're waiting, I'm just going to look at some of the comments that have come in. I'm not going to start the day. I'm just going to read all the comments. And if people who are already joined, I see some 20 people. If you can give me a good thumbs up on the chat window saying that you can hear me loud and clear. If there is any audio issues, both me and Mr. Shankar, can you hear them? Just can you give a thumbs up if you can hear us?
Yeah, this time also we both guys are talking. Just give you a thumbs up. Great.
Okay, I see a couple of responses are coming in already. So I'm just trying a new platform. So let us see for if we can bring in some of those thumbs ups on the screen so that you can also see yourself, all those guys. So this is the new platform that we are trying now. Oh my God,
Yes.
Mr. Hemant is doing an elbow cough. What does that mean? Is that we have a corona here? We need to sanitize our stream now? Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. I was just joking around. Okay, let us. I think we have enough crowd to get started here. Fantastic. I'm just going to repeat myself. Thank you, everybody who has joined, and thank you for all the people who subscribed to us and stayed with all these years with us. Hey, Shankar, why don't you tell us why you started this channel first of all? It's like, what was your motivation for starting a channel like this?
Okay. So yeah, before that one, just a what I can say cleanup activity. Please, guys, this time we are just going to discuss a generic questions. Don't ask technical questions. We will be talking maybe technical questions from the next live stream which we are going to do in the next week. So it's like a generic why we have done this one and what do we do, and it's like a, some personal touch up because so far we haven't done such kind of things as of now, right? That is the intention, or we thought to do it. um, yes, Kumar, yeah. So me and Kumar were working together while when we started our institute in BTM in Bangalore. So at that time, we were reaching to the very limited audience, nothing but who will come to uh, classes only. They can able to get the knowledge what we do. So we just started it for just to sharing knowledge, and we thought we want to see, or we want to listen our own videos, how does it looks like in YouTube. That is where the initial intention started. And if you see my first few videos, those are horrible, nothing but I don't know how to record even. So I was doing some research and doing all those stuff. And uh, yeah, somehow we started. But after doing couple of videos, we could see very good response. Nothing but people are uh, more interested to listen to our voice, or I can say our way of style, what we explained. So then we could see good response. And even though without noticing that, still we started doing our own videos. Whoever likes, they can watch it. So like that we have started. And along with me, then Kumar also joined. Okay, initially I was doing, then Kumar also joined, and Kumar also doing some videos. Then um, moreover, that is 2016, I think we started. At that time, the AWS is just booming up, because I started working on AWS in 2015. So people are more interested, because very limited content was there in YouTube. And moreover, I don't know, they might like our way of style, sorry, teaching style. So people started subscribing and promoting our videos more. That encourage us to do more videos. I think we have 400 plus videos at this moment, right, Kumar?
Yeah, yeah. I'm trying to find the oldest video that is in our channel where you have done an S3 static website or something like that. You are right, but there are about 400 videos. I couldn't find that. I thought I will share it with the audience of how the oldest video looks like now, looking back.
Yeah, that's true. Even if whenever I heard that video, or I watched that video, I understand that why I have uploaded this video in YouTube. That is how I felt.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So although guys, generally today we are trying to have a generic chit chat session, getting to know you, what you guys are doing, and what are you planning to learn, things like that. It's not like completely off technical. At the same time, we don't want to get too technical. I see that a couple of gentlemen who are asking how to use the Sonar Cube, how to use JMeter, blah blah blah. We will cover them eventually, but we just want to make it today as a little bit lightweight, get to know each other. So what we are thinking is get our platform ready today and make sure our audio, video, and sharing comments and all those things are working. Then in the next one, we will take up a deep technical topic and then show you how it is done, or maybe we can do a live demo or just have a Q&A session following that. So that is the format that we are trying to set out. And I see there are questions coming up with Terraform as well, things like that. And again, a suggestion, I put it as a scrolling bar on the bottom of your screen. You can see, use the hash suggestions, hash questions. It makes it very, very easy for us to search through your comments and then go ahead and do that. And another thing is, if you are seeing my screen, I am showing you the page where you can search Valaxy's videos, for example. Of course, there are playlists and there are search lists. Why I'm showing this is, please use this functionality. There are 400 plus videos. We don't even remember all the content that we have, but quite a lot of your common questions are answered there. So having said that, I have a very, very interesting question for you, Shankar. I just wanted to share. Probably people have seen this already. So I'm just going to publish this and see if you can see my screen. I read in the news recently that Amazon is going to launch a new AWS region in India. They already have it in Mumbai. They are going to launch a region in Hyderabad. So this is
Okay.
in the news. So what do you think is going to happen next? Is like already the market is great, and then what do you think is the chances of new employment being created or new opportunities being created because of this news?
Okay, even I didn't know that. Okay, in Hyderabad means it's good. Okay, already we have in Mumbai. and one more is coming up in Hyderabad. Maybe there could be some challenges, even few clients who want to move on to the cloud. I mean to say, they might have some restriction that okay, where is my data is going to store, and there could be some complaints from the government as well. For them, definitely it is going to helpful. At the same time, as a region they are launching, so there could be some data centers they could be set they are going to set up, that is also add value for the system administrators, I can say, who will be working on that data centers. But
Okay.
it is good to know that okay, they are launching one more region in Hyderabad. Okay, they are considering, yeah, India has good market then.
Yeah, I just brought up the news article. I was able to find the actual URL for that, and then I just brought it up here. As you can see here, there are a few other regions. Of course, obviously, there is Switzerland and Indonesia coming up, and South Africa, Italy, all are coming up. But it being a channel which is focused on India, started in India at least. So I thought it would be very interesting to learn that we are going to get another region, because I remember when you and me were trying to learn, it was always in launching in some other region. There will be obviously in India, the internet is like patchy. You
Yes,
want to connect to an EC2 instance, you don't want to get disconnected while you are doing it. There is a latency. So when they
yes.
launched it in Mumbai, it was very, very easy for us.
Yeah, when we started, there is no Mumbai region, and I hardly see 11 region, 9 or 11 regions when I
Yeah,
started.
I think 9 or 10 only at that time. Now it is like a
Yeah,
24 or 25. I don't even remember now what is the count. Yeah, you can see here it is like 24 regions, and we are looking to make it into 29. That's what they're saying. Wow.
uh, good,
Uh,
good.
So that is a very interesting, in my opinion, at least, because
Mm.
both in terms of like if you, because when I talk to my customers, this happened. I think last week also I shared this experience. One of my customers was talking about data residency. Like my data should be in my country only. My data should be in my data center only. My data should be as closest to me. So if you have
Mm.
that kind of government regulation, like we talked about Facebook, right? Asking Facebook to store data in India. So that means that they need a data center, for example.
Yes,
If you need a Google also to store data in India, then they need a data center. That it's not just data center, right? You have power, cooling, and technicians to maintain this data center. So there is so much of job opportunities that is coming up with, because just one region is coming up there.
yes, yes. Yep, good one.
Yeah, yeah, and another topic that I wanted to bring up. Well, let me see if I can bring up that URL. Okay, this is we'll come to that. So this was, I was really surprised. Do you know that S3 is a teenager now?
Okay, teenager. Yeah, of course. I think S3 is the first service which they launched it. Okay, 2010, right? Not 2010, 2005 or 6. Okay,
Yeah,
maybe yes, 15 years old.
yeah. That's what there was a recently a post which mentioned that S3 is 15 years old, and basically that makes S3 a teenager, right?
Of course, yes. Okay, celebrate 15 years of Amazon S3.
Yeah, yeah. There were a lot of celebrations, and there were a lot of interesting insights by the Amazon team. Why I bring it up is, if you remember my live stream again, I mentioned S3 as one of the services that I really like. The reason for that is the maturity and the features and functionalities. Like if some product is there for 15 years, you know how stable it is.
Okay, I didn't know that you like teenagers.
That is a different conversation. Let us not get in there. Just stick with only the S3 part of it.
Just kidding.
So the reason is you can see here, right? They're talking about trillions of objects, so many other customers using it, and then it's and there was a new feature announced it yesterday or today about S3 objects having some code. You can run some things like that, but it's pretty amazing to see. S3 evolving so fast and still being such an old service. There are still so many new features that are getting added even now.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so that's another thing that I wanted to see if any other people are excited about S3, just like me, or people find that it's like, yeah, this is what we expect from a company like this.
Yeah, maybe people can comment in the chat who likes S3.
Yeah, yeah. I would really like to know, like we have quite a few people on the live stream, right? About 30, 40 people. I would like to see how many of those people have really have fun working in S3. I'll just highlight your comment. And I just picked up one comment which was in the chat window. I was randomly, and then I was like, that pretty much sums up my opinion of a public cloud today.
Yeah, even I have the same intention. Maybe with my interest, let me share my experience.
Okay.
Okay. So, guys, just to tell, me and Kumar were working together from 10 years before. Okay, right, Kumar?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2010. So, yep, he was my technical lead, and we were working on IBM AIX. Okay, literally, I was scratching my head whenever I want to deal with servers, because even though if it is a single task, there is a lot of headache behind that one. Means I used to be in calls around 15 to 20 hours when few incident happens, and that was my career starting moreover, and a lot of things I didn't know properly. So yeah, Kumar helped me a lot during that time. But anyway, I was looking desperately an alternative. Okay, do I need to survive in the same job, or do we have any alternative for this one? Like Kumar, do you remember we were rebooting one server once in 2 weeks? And really, guys, we are not sure whether that server comes up or not. If it doesn't come up, that's it. And we need to call to the data center guys, and they take their luxurious time to bring up. Meantime, they will ask that, okay, who has rebooted that server? And I was in shift, and not me, whoever was in shift, they were very scary to do that activity. So actually that makes me motivate to move on to the cloud as soon as possible. Even in 2014 I was looking for, okay, uh, I heard that this cloud is going to be the something like which will work as a VMware. That is where I have started what I can say, looking for alternative, because I don't want to sit in front of the server and do some activities. So I started researching. To be honest, when I did my own research about AWS, even hardly I could see in Naukri. Okay, because I want to get out from the system administrative job. It doesn't mean that completely, but some extent whatever troubles I was facing. So I was searching in Naukri that how many job openings are there in AWS. Okay, hardly I could see two, three, hardly in Naukri. At that time I started evaluating in 2014, I'm talking. So started evaluating, okay, something I need to learn. Then there is no content available properly during that time, so I waited around 2015 mid to get proper content. Then I could see some information was available in the web. I started learning. That's how I moved into the AWS. Okay,
Yeah,
why I
that's
bring this conversation?
yeah, a nice story, right? This is I'll share similar incident. Before that, it's a question for people, all the people here. How many of you are still logging into servers every single day today? Whether it might be a Windows machine or a Linux machine or AX or mainframes. How many of you log into servers and maintain servers actively rather than doing something cool like developing new applications or automating things, patching things? How many of you log in? So while some of you answer that, and I'll pick up some comments and try to show it on screen. There was one particular incident I'm really similar to this reboot. When I was working on servers, like whenever I see a server uptime like 500 days or 1,000 days, used to be really worried whether the server will come back up or not, because nobody has touched the server for 1,500 days. I mean, like what if it is like 1,500 days? We are closely talking about what about 5 years,
5
right?
years.
Yeah.
Yes.
So nobody has rebooted the server. So should I be the person? Should I reboot it, or is there somebody else who is rebooting it and get into trouble?
Okay.
So, so that used to be quite an interesting scenario. So whenever somebody asks me to reboot a server, the first thing I check is like uptime. Did it somebody else is trying to pass on the trouble on me, or should I do it? It's a good experience.
Hey, do you remember one cluster was there, 3-node cluster?
Yeah. It is a namesake 3-node cluster. Actually, all the services are used to run from one node only. Actually, the other two
Yeah.
nodes, there is no failover basically.
Mm.
That is why I like AWS. You see, once you have auto scaling or properly configured auto scaling, then you are not worried about it taking down one application server in one availability zone, right? Automatically auto scaling takes care of it. You don't have to do anything.
Moreover, you don't need to run up. You need not to think about uptime command at all.
Yeah, exactly. That's my whole point, right? I today I spent a lot of time bringing up a lot of servers and destroying a lot of servers. Basically, it's cloud formation, right? You just build new servers and destroy them. I never check on uptime, or I never check operating system version. I never check on the DNS resolve used to be another file. I'll be like, why is it not working? Is the network configuration not working? IP config not working? It used to be a constant cycle of troubleshooting to just get one server and one web server running.
Mm.
Oh my God. So let me see if anybody else has put in some comments. So looks like nobody is logging into the server. So that nobody is mentioned that they're logging into a server today.
Hey, Natraj is there. He mentioned I'm the one logging into daily current. Okay, he is working on Kubernetes cluster.
Okay, that is nice, right? So yeah,
Yep.
there are some roles, right? Even if you're running Kubernetes, I'm just picking up this comment as a talking point. Even if you take a Kubernetes, you have the option of running managed nodes by Amazon. So there is a concept of managed nodes are there. So Amazon takes care of some responsibilities on behalf of you. But even if you're running Kubernetes, you still have operating system patches, the CNI plugin, maybe the EKS Cuttle, all those commands that you need to update, even the platform version. So there is still some amount of administrative activity left, even if you're running Kubernetes in the cloud.
Yeah, it's there, but thing is, everything is in your control. Okay, if somebody working on data center, not VMware, but now those days almost gone. What we were talking, but you have full control. If something goes wrong, you can go and check everything, and you may do make it work.
Yeah,
No dependency if you move on to the cloud.
yeah. I was talking to one of my customers this week. And I asked them specifically, they run a very large Kubernetes cluster, actually speaking. So I asked them, it's like, how do you manage? Because they offer Kubernetes cluster as a cloud platform to their customers. So basically, some other teams will run pods, basically workloads on their Kubernetes. So I asked them, because the underlying layer is different and the top layer is different, right? So how do you update your Kubernetes clusters now? Because you don't have daily interactions with the teams that are running those pods.
Mm.
So what the gentleman mentioned was there are two things. One is you need to set your pod of anti-affinity. Like Kubernetes itself has some fault tolerant features, right? So you
Yes.
use those features, pod of anti-affinity, and then there is a pod disruption budget is there. So use those features. So if I'm going to replace one node in my Kubernetes, nobody should be worried if you use those features.
Mm.
So basically, that's what it is like. I don't know the work people who are running the workloads don't care about when the Kubernetes administrator is rebooting the server or changing the server, and the person who is administrating doesn't care about whether the application will fail or not fail. Will keep it running. Both have their responsibilities and they run it independently.
Yes.
And I have a question for you. So I know that you have made a lot of videos on EKS, EKD ADM, I mean EKS ADM and all those things. Are you planning to do something deep dive into an EKS?
Yeah, maybe even I could see one question. Uh, I will do EKS. I haven't covered, I believe. I'm going to do that video maybe in a couple of days or a couple of in 1 or 2 weeks, people can see that.
Okay. That is interesting because even also always ask myself is like, where do I draw the line? Should I, like, if you are an administrator, should you go ahead and start knowing everything about Kubernetes? Because Kubernetes is its own world, right?
Yes.
People create cloud with Kubernetes, and then we are talking about running Kubernetes in cloud.
Yes.
So that is how complex it is and how easy also it is. So how much do you want to spend time? How much do you want to learn about it? I always have this question, and I was like, okay, fine. For this project, this much is enough.
See, it is not only with Kubernetes, most of the services is like that. Even if you take most of the AWS services, if you are digging into more, you can see some other feature which can help. But yeah, maybe until administrative part, okay, how to manage cluster would be great actually. After that, yes, depends upon the application. It teaches, okay, once you started deploying application, it teach you what to learn rather than you learn it and doing it. Even I do the same thing. I will take something and I will try to experiment, and here and there while clicking. We need to do whatever we want to do. That job is not fulfilled, then of course we need to refer something to make it work, right? That is easy way to learn.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. Is like how the person has to decide, right, whether they what level of depth they want to go and where they want to go.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Now I have couple of questions for you, Kumar. Okay. If you don't mind, okay, you can you tell us, our audience, that okay, where are you from and how you started? Maybe you have talked that one in the other lectures, but maybe some personal touch. Why? Because we haven't discussed those portions so far with our community. Maybe is it fine? You can share your experience.
Maybe let us park that question once we have a few more live streams. Let us say if we are crossing a threshold of 50 live streams, then probably we can do a video stream and to show us where we are from and what work we do in real life and who we are. For the moment, let us just say that I'm happy to share my knowledge and I'm happy to be part of the community at this moment because I have some commitments, so I will not be able to disclose exactly where I am employed at and where I am located as well.
Okay, not a problem.
Anyway,
okay.
That should not be stopping us from, because it's what, almost 5 years now. I don't know. Let me probably you can check out. It's this channel has been for almost close to 5 years now, I think.
Yes. 2016. Yep, almost 5 years.
So that has never stopped us from publishing content or sharing a video site, from, let us say, doing courses on the ground in Bangalore.
Yes.
To publishing Udemy or having our own ThinkFig platform. I probably can bring up the ThinkFig platform site also and show people for. So we have come quite a distance, right, in that way.
Yeah, lot of things we were evaluating, and multiple stuff we are doing.
Yeah. So for people who might not know this, this is another platform that we are experimenting, where we are sharing the knowledge. And of course, these are all paid courses, not like in YouTube where you just go and watch wherever you want to. But the difference is everything is organized in a nice way. In YouTube, you need to go and find out what video I should watch next. What should I learn next? What comes after this? You can go and check some playlist, but all that hard work is done for you by somebody. And that is why you are paying for this structured, organized courses that you see here. And of course, right, these are all different mechanisms. One course will be great, one course will be not great. Not everybody performs at the same level, same day. So go and try it out if you're interested in, and check it out. So irrespective of where we are from, what we are doing, the way that we are sharing knowledge is not stopped, and that is not going to stop also.
Yeah, great. And with my interest, I will pick up this question because I when I speak with a few people, they ask this question frequently. Okay, a lot of content is already available in YouTube. Why should I need to enroll the course? Okay. So yeah, here I have a couple of views on this one. Maybe I can talk about it. That is, YouTube is yes, it will be helpful for you that only short understanding. I mean to say, you have some straightforward question. You want to find out the information. Yes, YouTube is the best place. But if you want to learn everything, still you can do on YouTube. No worries. But the thing is, it eats up your time. Okay, maybe to you need to decide whether time is important or maybe what I can say information is important. If you money, sorry, not information. Yeah, money is important. So if you go to the YouTube you can learn, but it may take more time if you go with the organized course. We are not recommending our courses, but people have this perception that okay, should I need to spend amount for the same content which is freely available, but it's take your time. But paid one maybe it saves your time. It's purely depends how much time you can wait. That's how it is working at this moment.
Yep. I totally agree with that because not everything is the same. You need to choose what you are willing to do, how much time you want to spend, and how much appreciation you want to show for the content creator, right? Whether it
Yeah.
is YouTube video or a course, nothing is free, right? Nobody's time is free.
Yeah, time is what I can say valuable for everyone.
Yeah.
And
So
moreover, yeah, this also I could see that okay, people should spend some what I can say some time or some amount for the learning. Okay, that is my perception. Even I do the same thing. Okay, so for the people who are in our community, okay, for the benefit of everyone, I'm saying, okay, even though you are working, try to enhance your skill. If you struck up in the same place, maybe you will be in the same platform. uh, train train might be moving to the next level and it is very difficult for you to catch up. So upgrade your skill whatever way you have, okay, so that you will catch up the trend. It doesn't seems like a what I can say new word or new language. Whenever somebody is talking, you should be in a position that okay, what they are talking.
yep. I totally agree with you. And talking about free resources, people ask a lot of questions, right? There is a plenty of content apart from YouTube and Udemy. There is plenty of content with how-to articles in our GitHub. That is why I'm
Yes.
showing it on screen also. Whether it is, I put in the URL as well on the chat window. You can see there are a number of people who went ahead and started it or forked it and then committed some pull request. There are a number of articles in this both of these repositories. Go ahead and check it out. It's you will definitely find something what you're looking for, especially if you're a beginner, especially. So thinking
Okay.
about like payment is not the only thing, right? There is so this is all GitHub is free. Like go and have fun. Nobody's stopping you.
Yes, yes, that's true. And yeah, with that one, I got one more thing. How many of you? Okay, I'm asking this for to community. How many of you doesn't have GitHub account? Or let me know. Okay, how many of you have a GitHub account?
Okay, I'm just putting that a comment in the chat. So let us see if
Yes,
and the people
because a
can.
few people. Okay, just shake off my interest. Okay, please create some of the um, needful stuff because among them, okay, whenever you attend for interview or whenever you are uh, doing any conversation, okay, nowadays social proof is very important, guys. Okay, something like GitHub account, LinkedIn profile, and some of the what I can say public articles, participating in some stuff that really help you to improve your social proof. And in interviews people are still consider that Okay, so better to have a GitHub account and create or what I can say, write few articles, what you know, even though that is a very simple one. Okay, you know how to install Git, okay, do that one. Or you know how to execute ls command, start with that. Okay, just to try to create your own GitHub and create some history out of that. Not only GitHub, any of the coding related stuff, or else uh, what I can say, LinkedIn, some things which is necessary to become or helpful for you to get a job quickly. Maybe that would be helpful whenever you want to start looking for the job. Okay, it doesn't mean that you really have to work. In some cases, maybe you can take it, create it, and you can pull or fork few repositories which is interesting for you and do some research on that one. Maybe you can just type the same thing whatever is there in the other repositories. That also at least help you. It's like a copywriting usually we do in our school days, right? Okay, still that helps you that how it works, and try to understand the code. That really help you whenever you are in job hunting.
Yeah, yeah, I totally agree with you. And I can share a personal experience also. Sometime back when I was looking for discussing for a new opportunity, the hiring manager, not the recruitment person, I'm talking about the hiring manager, asked me for my GitHub link.
Yeah, you told me that. Okay, even a couple of days before, I have taken a few interviews. After looking their resume, okay, I thought to ask their GitHub account, but I didn't do that. But I was just want to see the social proof. Unknowingly, I thought to ask him. Okay, so
Yeah.
maybe building a social proof definitely help you, at least in future. At this moment, maybe companies might not look much, but in future definitely it is going to uh, must you should have one of the resource with the technology.
Yeah, yeah. So for people who are watching the screen as well as listening to it, you can see I have just focused on GitHub, the particular section where the yearly heights highlights are. So it is very easy to see if somebody has created a GitHub account with nothing, or you can see all those green dots, the dark colors where you have the commits and forks and things like that. So it makes it very easy for having a conversation with somebody. If you're like person who is saying that, hey, I'm a fresher, I don't have any experience, then you can go ahead and show to the hiring manager saying, this is my GitHub repository. These are all the different projects that I have done. And you can see here, last 6 months, I've been learning all this stuff. So I have submitted, say, for example, you find a bug in the documentation. It is one thing to just move away from the documentation and say, I know how to fix it, I'm not going to bother it. It's another thing to raise a pull request if it is a public documentation to the owner. For example, you can see here in this repo, there is an documentation update, like it is an AWS docs. And quite often AWS docs are public docs. You can submit a pull request for them and they will accept it or reject it depending upon what is your pull request is based on. So go ahead and create your social profile and improve your credibility there. And then you can go and have a confident conversation with your hiring manager and saying, hey, I'm not sitting idle. I might be a fresher, but see all my work that I have done here. It's not just here in GitHub, right? And another thing is, like, if you go ahead and enjoy somebody's work, go ahead and start that repository, because that is how GitHub spreads the message of that repository to more people. I'm just going to quickly take an example of this one. Like you can see here, there are like 300 people like that repository. They were given a star. It's similar to thumbs up or in Facebook, like. And likewise, like close to 1,000 people have forked this repository. If this is the area that I'm talking about, so go ahead and do that. So the person who owns the repository knows that somebody is appreciating their work, and they will start contributing more and more. And you can also learn from that.
Yes.
Do you want to talk about the LinkedIn stuff, or should you put the question?
Yeah, LinkedIn. To be honest, guys, even I was not using LinkedIn properly, but now after looking at uh, a couple of profiles while we were evaluating, so LinkedIn have the what I can say, good priority for hiring. Okay, so even credibility in LinkedIn perfectly works.
I think I've just highlighted one particular comment. I think this comment is directed at you. It's like that person is trying to give you a nice way of telling
Attention.
you. Yeah, he's trying to get your attention as much as possible by giving you some compliments. So I hope that is enough for you, get you to working.
Of course, I have seen his comment a couple of days before as well. Okay. Yeah, comments. Maybe do you talk something about comments which comes in our YouTube channel?
Of course, of course. Recently, I was having this conversation in my professional life, and they asked me, "It's like, what kind of comments that you get in LinkedIn?" Because 50,000 subscribers, right? And we have, in short, we have seen all types of comments, from
Yes.
the extremely good to things that we cannot even share here. YouTube probably will ban us if I also talk about those comments. So some of the most interesting comments. Let us talk about the positive comments. The most let us rewind about almost 4 years back. The first time when somebody mentioned that they got a job because of watching some of our content, I was like, wow, I helped somebody who I've never seen in life. Because this person was just commented saying that I watched your videos and I got a job because I watched your videos. I was like, okay, you can help people without even seeing them, without even meeting them, and you don't know what their color are they are, which region they are from, which geography they are from, but they wanted to thank you for your content at the time. That was really nice one.
Yes. And do you have
The-
still something to share? I have a
Yeah,
couple
yeah.
of.
There is a one thing here, right? The negative side of things.
Mm,
This is much more easier thing to share. I think this happened 2 live streams back also, right? Where one of the person's audio was bad and the other person's audio was okay-ish. So people were commenting saying that he has to constantly change the volume up and down for listening to the live stream. It was
mm.
uh, it was pretty funny. So we have I don't know how many comments we have got for our mic. the, the,
Yeah.
the variety of comments we have got, people have told us in many different ways, like get out of this room, get out of your dungeon, get out of your bathroom, get out of the.
Yeah, some of the negative comments. Even one guy commented, okay, the way you speak, he was got afraid, it seems.
so yeah, there was this is like there was this comment about there was a time, right, when we wanted to show maximum content as less time. So like we were trying to have content in 5 minutes, 10 minutes. It's like if some of the videos will be like super compressed.
Yes.
So I remember reading once a comment saying that, why are you going so fast? Like, what is wrong? That was a comment from that person. Okay, go and slow down the video. YouTube allows you to slow down and watch it as slow as you want. You can pause it.
Yeah. Few people were commenting about my English.
Oh yeah, that never gets old. That never gets old. Not just you. I think it goes for every one of us
Yes.
who is not a native English speaker, right? We are not born with English. It's like
Yes.
it's a professional language. Yeah, if I don't have to speak it, I will not speak it.
True.
So there are many people who commented about which part of I am India from just by watching my video. Oh, you are from this area. That is why your English is bad.
Yes.
Oh God.
Yep.
So at the same time, for all the people who are listening in today live as well as the people who are watching it later, my suggestion is, if you watch a video, I know your YouTube throws out a lot of advertisements and all those things, but if you like a video, go ahead and give a thumbs up. Even if you don't like it, put a thumbs down also. We are not saying don't do that. That's how we know that which content is not working. And at the same time, if you think something is bad, let us know what is bad. Apart from our language or voice, we cannot change those things. But if it is the content itself is organized in a bad way, or if you want more explanation, put them in the comments. We do read most of the comments, except for some spam, but we do read all the comments. So,
Yes, that's even I was about to say.
so somebody is highlighting as I don't know what this means. What is trying to ask? So, I'm not. I just highlighted one particular comment here, Shankar. I'm not expecting you to give a technical answer, but what is your plans like? What is your what kind of content that you are trying to do in the coming days or weeks or months?
See, at this moment, I'm working on a Maven project. I mean to say, a course I'm preparing. Maybe it will be out in a week. Okay, content is prepared and editing. Of course, it will take huge time. Okay, especially with my recording. So that's where I hang out, and I could not able to make videos for YouTube. Probably, but once that is done, I will be publishing some of the videos on Kubernetes, because I have prepared one very good project for that one. It's like my simple DevOps project, I can say. But I am looking for a right application, because sometimes I cannot, which I have done in my office, but I cannot use the proprietary data for that, for public purpose. So I'm looking which kind of application I can use more efficiently for that one. Maybe if I come across, I will be preparing constant videos on that. So Kubernetes is one area, and apart from that, monitoring we haven't covered so far. Okay,
Yep.
that is one thing even I want to bring. I mean to say, AWS service, yes, we have done, but uh, out of AWS, we haven't covered anything like Prometheus, Grafana, or even Nagios. Nothing we have covered. So that I want to bring it over here. But yes, of course, technology never become old. So whatever I feel that which is interesting or like to share, definitely that will come as a video. And next thing, here, the comment which is highlighted by you, that is Lalita. So I think we have done a video for Jenkins. Okay. So it is already there in our YouTube channel. Maybe she can look up. And if it is some unique one, maybe she can uh, comment it out as a question, so that I can look into that later, and will try to add that content.
Yeah, if you see my screen, I'm like when I search for Jenkins, there is like what at least 30, 40 videos are there already in the channel. If something is missing, then people can go ahead and let us know what is missing. Then we can cover that. So, that is why I have this screen where you can search for content instead of just reproducing the same content every time. Again, yeah, we can refresh it, but if it is not needed, why? So uh, I, I I wanted to ask you something else. So the question of ops versus dev, this is like, what would you choose if you had a choice?
Okay, tricky question. Okay, ops versus dev. Now I think I can choose dev.
Okay, why? Why? I mean, I'm going to
Why?
ask you the devil's advocate. Like, why? If
Yes.
you answer either one, I will ask you why.
Yeah. See, why I choose dev now is, now whatever technologies we are working, or whatever services we are using on the administrative side, everything you can manage with the code. Okay, infrastructure as a code, that is what everybody is talking, right? So with that one, you can do anything with the code. That is what even I do in my project. Without scripting, there is no change. Okay, that is how the company where I work, the process is evaluated. So that enforced me to write the code, and without knowing myself that I'm writing the code, I started writing it. Okay. And with writing the as a dev, okay, this is question about dev, right? So as a developer, you can manage your infrastructure without touching anything. But
Yeah,
maybe admin cannot able to do the what I can say, vice versa. That is what I'm thinking. But it takes some time and efforts. That is what everybody needs. I'm in
okay.
the transition period, I can say.
You are in DevOps period now.
Yes. Never ending DevOps.
You are moving from dev-ops or ops-dev.
It's ops-dev. I was a more like a system admin. Okay, maybe my suggestion for the guys who are here as a system admins, don't reluctant or say that okay, I'm what I can say, I don't like coding. Okay, if you don't like coding, IT companies doesn't like you.
That should be the
That is,
hash comment statement or the hashtag.
yeah, comment of the day. Without knowing, some statement came from my mouth.
So interesting. I'm just trying to play the devil's advocate. If 5 years back, let us go 10 years back. Let us take the domain of scripting, and if I
Mhm.
ask you to rate yourself in scripting, whether it is a Bash or a Python or a Ansible, whatever it is, Ansible is a YAML. Okay, let us assume that it is a scripting language or automation platform. What would be your rating? One being the lowest and five being the highest. If 10 years back.
Zero. Is there any option called zero?
Okay. So 5 years. Now let us come to 5 years now. Out of 0 to 5, what was it?
5 years, I would say one or two at that time.
Okay. Now,
Now I can say two or three. Three I can say.
what you are trying to say is it takes time to build a new capability, but you still feel comfortable doing it, although it has taken 10 years to reach even three. Of course, 3 out of 5 is not a small deal, right? It's you are more than 50%. So would you say you will continue, or you are like, no, 10 years I tried, it's not working out, I'm going to stop doing it?
I don't say there is no working. Okay, in IT, what I understood that there is somehow some solution for every problem. That is what teach me in IT and learned from IT. Okay, somehow we can achieve it. Whenever even our teammates or our managers ask that, okay, how we can achieve it. Initially, we feel that okay, there is no solution for this kind of problem. There could be some problem. Similar where learning is something like okay, initially we feel it is like a difficult, but somehow we can start doing it. We can continuously learning and the what I can say satisfaction. What do you get right once you written some piece of code and it is working as expected? Okay, then you feel that okay, there is something working in new way.
Yeah, yeah.
Then it motivates actually.
Absolutely true. Absolutely true. So another thing that I wanted to ask here is, if I ask you to choose one particular language, what would you choose today?
Maybe Python I can still, even though I am not explore much about Python, but still uh, I could see there is a it works with different technologies and
Mhm.
yes, Python I can say.
Okay, okay, yeah, yeah. Interesting question, because interesting answer as well. Because when a few years back, when I was looking at learning something for automation, basically, I just chose Python because I was lazy to learn multiple languages. Because AWS offers you something like, you can write automation code with the Python, you can write application code with Python, you can do machine learning with Python. I was like, wow. I like engineering also. There are like so many subjects you read, but you still nobody gives you a job. Here you will just need to read one language, and then everybody is trying to give you everything. Oh
Okay,
my!
then I can take the opinion from you. Is it good to know Python?
I
Learn Python.
Yeah, I would definitely say it is Python is a platform, just not just a language, in my opinion. Because uh, if you remember, today I don't find too much troublesome writing a lambda function. For example, if something is not working, I just throw in a lambda function to fill the gap.
Mm,
The reason for that is I write my lambda functions also in Python, and
yep.
and I deploy those lambda functions using Python by using CDK or using Boto 3 or whatever SDKs that is available. So
Okay.
not just that, if you go slightly deeper into machine learning, whether I was just playing around with AWS Glue, I'll publish that repository in a few days. Basically, Glue uses a Spark underneath its covers, Apache Spark, let us say big data analytics platform.
Okay.
Spark can be written in either Java or Python. Again, see, it's like wherever you go, Python is sitting there waiting for you. Like,
Yeah.
use me, use me, use me. Like the dustbins that you see on the street, wherever you go, it is there. so,
Yes.
so that is what I felt like. Okay, I made a good choice. I'm going to, because I started reading Ruby also. I'm not saying one language is better than the other language. I just find it very very convenient to use Python today. Uh,
Mm, mm.
it's pretty easy because I spent the time and energy learning it. Now I don't want to look back on another language. That's why I was asking you, what language will you learn if you are going to learn?
Yeah, I will definitely go with Python. Yep. There is a lot to do before going to Python, but yep. This year maybe I can set up that goal.
Yeah. It's basically never too late because I was telling about the glue, right, that I was learning until
Mm,
few months back, a few weeks back. I know what the glue offers. I know what glue does, but I never did a detailed demo. I've even helped customers, but I myself, it's like one thing, right? Watching a movie and then trying to do the movie yourself, kind of a story. Or cooking is the best example. Knowing how to eat it and then how to cook it.
yes.
So in the last 2 or 3 weeks, I've been deep diving into Glue, and then I find that I can use Python here as well. That, like, okay, I was scared of doing Glue until now. Now I know how to do it properly because it is Python only sitting there.
Mm, mm.
So it was very easy for me to go ahead and dive into that. But again, if somebody is starting out, it may not be the most easiest of platforms. But of course, compared to learning Java, I think Python is like doing LKG and 10 standard comparison.
Mm, yes.
So if you don't know anything, Python might be the best place to start.
Yep. We'll do it maybe in future. Our Python videos should come in our channel.
Yeah. I think we tried it a few times. It was not successful. But anyway, before going that, I wanted to address a couple of questions. This is also a question which never stops in the comments or in the live stream. Give us real
Mm,
time scenarios. Give us real time projects.
mm.
So, do you want to tell me what is real time and what is not real time?
Okay. You are asking me or community?
Yeah. You're asking. I'm asking you. What is your opinion when somebody says real time? So, what is your videos that you publish right now is not real time, or what you is there something a separate category called as real time? I don't understand when somebody tells me real time, because all the videos that I have done is based on my experience with the customer, an actual work that I've done with the customer. I try to, if it is a 10-page book, then I just take one page and then present it here. If I can present other pages, like you mentioned, right, there was a company corporate project. You cannot show the project, but you wanted to show something else. So,
Yes.
so what is this real time that I'm not understanding? So, for the community, let us try to answer that once again.
Okay. See, even whatever I have done over here, okay, most of them, okay, not completely, because few videos I have done it for the informational basis, because they cannot able to understand some of the deep concepts without knowing basics. That is where I covered theoretical one, or I can say that basics one. But most of the things, whatever I'm trying to put it in our YouTube channel, is purely based out of my experience how you did. Okay, but I will add some masala to that, of course, because I cannot present as it is what we do. At the same time, people also expect that they need to get out of something out of that, right? So that is where I will add or modify it a little bit to their understanding, and change some of the stuffs which we do in the real world. But see, maybe my experience, Kumar, I'm talking again going back to 10 years before, or 7 6 years before. um, Not 7 6, even 5 years before. If something you want to practice outside of your company, there is no chance, because everything runs, our real-time workloads runs on Linux systems or some servers, and it is not that much easy to get a server out of your office premises. Nobody thinks about that. Okay, I need to get a server to practice. But after cloud came into the picture, okay, everything has been changed. Even I used to get very scared to execute few commands on the servers, but after involved or after doing or working on the cloud, it is quite easy. I can replicate the same thing in my AWS cloud, I can say, because you can provision servers in a minute, and you can start executing the commands what you would like to execute on the real world. Maybe the applications you may not get, but at least you will get a confidence that what you do there and what you do here. And now we are in the information era where you can get everything in fingertips. Okay, a lot of content is available here and there, and all the resources are available. Okay, so you just need to take it and you start doing it. I can call it as a real time, because you have a server where you work once you join in a company, or once you started working in a AWS or some cloud. Same thing you are going to do in your account itself. Okay, you, there is no point of talking about, okay, this is real time and this is not real time. Whatever you physically do, that real time. Maybe if you ask me the same question 5 years before, yes, whatever you do in your organization, that could be real time. Outside, whatever you see is not real time, because you might do installing a VM on your laptop. Apart from that, there is no chance to practice out of that. But now everything has been changed. You can replicate everything, whatever you see in your video or whatever you see in the document, in your AWS account. And there is no difference between AWS accounts, what you create, even though you are not working on AWS, what you see in organization. Absolutely, both are working same way.
Yeah, I totally agree with you on that. It's the account is the same, right? The resources that you launch is the same. So
Yes.
so it doesn't matter whether you are enterprise or an one person launching your own company.
Yes.
Yeah. And we are nearing the hour of today's live stream. So I wanted to wind up with a few more comments on. Let us. If I ask you to learn Python today, what would you do? Where do you start?
Where I start? First installing Python on my laptop or in a server. Okay, yeah, maybe that's true, but
But do
yeah,
you?
I will.
But do you know that Python comes built in with most operating systems today?
Yeah, Linux, of course, I could see. I mean to say IDE version I will install. Okay,
Okay.
PyCharm or something which will be more comfortable to write the applications. And mostly I would prefer to see, if you ask me that how do you learn Python, first I will think a problem statement. Like, okay, I will take up any project and I will try to do that on my own. Maybe it is a copy, like opening the same code over there and writing here and understanding it, and start learning basics over there. So that is where I start learning it. I feel that is the easiest way. Okay, rather than going each and every basic. Once you have done that, obviously it is too boring. Okay, I have tried or experimented that way, so too boring to learn basics. Then I will do this one. I will start doing it, while in between, if missing something, okay, go and learn and do some research. That is my way of learning.
Yeah. That is how I also did most of the times. Trying taking a sample and then trying to modify it and then improving it or breaking it from that point onwards.
Yeah, maybe simple problem statement we can take and start writing it. That's it.
Okay. So one last thing is okay. There are the things that people are asking, will you do this, will you do that? Most probably there are things that we will almost never do that, or we are not instead of saying never, it is not in the immediate future. Let us put it that way. So I'm just going to highlight another comment and see if you can answer part of that question. So this gentleman has used our suggestions. So he has put in the question, can you make videos on CloudFormation and Terraform step-by-step procedure? So would you like to take the second part of the question?
Yeah, Terraform, obviously, yes. My next technology stack, I have that. Okay, so Terraform, definitely we are going to make videos, but it take a bit of time, Kumar, because as I said, I'm engaged with a few other stuff, and my priority would goes to the uh, Kubernetes first, because that is what I would like to do. Once I'm doing parallelly, maybe I can use the Terraform. And by the way, maybe I will come up with Azure as well, because in my organization we are migrating to Azure all the workloads, and some projects, yes, of course, are onto AWS.
We need to break our relationship now. You are talking bad words now.
See, okay, I'm missing AWS because at this moment we are not using it, but it doesn't mean that what I can say experience goes away. Comparatively, other people, yes, I can easily learn Azure, hopefully. Okay, and I can able to bring. Yeah, we should not be in the same technology, of course, to run this channel.
Yeah, of course. We don't want to become the mainframes.
Yeah, of course. Even Azure definitely added skill to our channel as well as our community. So yes, going forward, they can able to see Azure content in our channel.
Okay, okay, nice, nice. So since I asked you to answer the first part, second part of the question,
Yeah,
I will.
Terraform.
Yeah, go
Yes,
ahead.
Terraform. I will do, or else I will bring at least a techie who can able to help with the Terraform. Yes, we tried that, but let's see. But it takes some time. Whatever is there, yes, continuously we will be doing. Terraform will take some time.
Fantastic. So I'll just quickly answer the first part of the question. Maybe I'll just negate that first part of it. There are, in my opinion, which might be useless for somebody in my family. So in my opinion, there are enough videos in the channel for a cloud formation. In fact, there is a 2 hour long video on how to get started with the cloud formation. It talks about all the basic elements, and then it goes to go ahead and deploy a cloud formation template and do that. And I used to have a cloud formation course also in Udemy, but I've taken it offline. Probably I'll just upload it into ThinkFig and see if there is a demand for that kind of a content, and then we'll publish it again. So cloud formation is, in my opinion, is covered to get started, because it's like a cloud also, right? Once you have the basic resources, you can combine it to form higher level complex things. That is, you don't need a specific video, or as Shankar puts it, how many people will be hungry at that level? At a basic level, you will have a lot of demand for those kind of resources, but at a complex level, very less. So there is a search functionality in the YouTube channel. Go ahead and knock yourself out trying out the search for Valaxy's channel. I'm just going to quickly show it to you. Probably, I think here we are. So if I just go ahead and I think it is one word. So if you just put in, yeah, this video is like what, 3 years old, but I think 90% of it, even now I can confidently say almost 90% of the content on this video is pretty much valid even now. And 35,000 people have found value in that. So I don't think so anybody watching it today will go wrong. And there are enough, right, to get started with CloudFormation. There is minute configurations and a few more. And if you are checking out my blog in GitHub every now and then, almost everything is CloudFormation driven. Of course, they are all pretty much advanced, but you can check it out if you are interested in that. So that is about it. And I brought up this page once again. I'll just finish it off today with this topic. For people who are asking for real-time AWS experience, or what happens in the enterprise, what happens behind the doors that we are not allowed to enter. This is a repository which talks about quite a lot of those questions that happens in every day-to-day life of an AWS engineer or an AWS architect or an AWS database admin or data storage admin, network admin. Think of anything. So this is not just a small repository. There are like almost 20 or 30. Think of it like exercises. Some of them have solutions, some of them don't have solutions. You are welcome to go ahead and submit your solutions as well if you think you have the answers. If you don't know, go ahead and knock yourself out trying to find the answers. So that is how you will learn. And I keep on adding new things. Say, for example, this one was something that I added very, very recently, about 4 days back, right? Yeah. Basically, the question was like, how does the traffic flow happens from internet to your EC2 instance? What is the security you have? How does this NACL works? How does the security group works? So I found this nice image which finds it easy to explain to anybody who doesn't know. You can see the arrow marks, which clearly tells how the network flow happens. Then with that as an example, you can talk to anybody. Even if it's an interviewer, it's not too difficult to draw out this diagram and then show them this is how it works from internet gateway, route tables, network ACLs, subnets, and then EC2 instance, and goes out all the way out. So this is just an example. There are many other things. The numbers that you see here are like an indication of the level of difficulty. Just go ahead and work yourself all the way up. And the other thing that I wanted to highlight is in Valaxy channel, there is a playlist. I think there is at least 30 to 40 videos, which is titled as real-time scenarios. Go ahead and check them out. Do you want to add anything? I think you also have some things on. There was a live stream we did some time back, right, Shankar, about DevOps troubleshooting.
Yes, we have done that. That is, in case somebody is doing our projects and if they have any issues, how to resolve those. On that, we have done a live demo. Maybe people can check it out in case they are blocking whenever they are following our videos.
Yeah. So it's if you're stuck up, go and check out these kind of resources. Wow, we are getting spam now, I guess. Let us see if we can block the spam.
Yep.
Do you let me just put this user in spam. Okay, that should take care. Okay, let us keep our stream clean. Just as a reminder for people who may think that it's a nice playground, there are tools available today to block you almost instantaneously. Okay. Any final comments on what is the next live stream and what are you thinking to do?
Next live stream, I'm thinking about the bringing a techie who is having a DevOps experience. They can share their knowledge, how they're working on their project, and what and all challenges they are facing, and they can share their experience in other way. That is what I'm thinking. Okay, but finding their getting their time, if we are facing difficult, maybe you can take my interview. I can share my experience with the latest date.
Okay, not a problem. We will do that. Most probably, let us try to get a DevOps expert. If not, we will align it. We will be better organized next time and have a proper technical content for all of you guys.
Yes.
And if you, as a final comments, if you are somebody who is looking for actively collaborating with us, or if you are looking for projects or something that you want to try out, do write an email to us in our mailbox. The mail address will be in the Valaxy channel. If you want to try out and reach out in other mechanisms, then there is a, what is that platform called? Telegram. You can do it in Facebook or you can do it in LinkedIn as well. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you so much, and have a nice evening or nice day if you are in some other geographical location.
Yep. Thank you very much. We'll see you in the next live stream in a week time. Have a great weekend, guys.
See you.